America's 50-year-old love affair with the automobile has made drag racing the nation's fastest-growing sport. Drag racing is the most dramatic test of automotive perfection, and the 10th annual NHRA Nationals, held at Indianapolis Raceway Park, were the greatest drag races in the history of the event. Tech inspection begins early Wednesday. The Speedway Shopping Center's king-sized parking lot was used to handle the mass of cars and people. 1,250 hot rods, stock models, and sports cars were inspected and placed into one of 73 classifications. Stock and sports cars are classified by car weight, divided by advertised horsepower. Competition cars are classed by a weight to cubic inch ratio. For the competitors, this is only the first of many long lines. In drag racing, preparing to run is measured in days, weeks, even months. The actual runs are measured in seconds and fractions of seconds. Hurry up and wait. That's the name of the game. But the work of the veteran NHRA inspection team is enormous and vital. The sheer weight of the logistics involved is enough to stagger the imagination. 1,250 entries and the 7,500 contestants and crew members make inspection and classification at the Nationals unique in automotive performance events. While some cars are rejected, this year's entries are the best prepared cars brought to any Nationals. Having passed inspection and classification, your entry is official, and you're the proud bearer of the contestant and crew stickers. With the auto-laden shopping center behind, competition cars enter the pit gate. There are new cars, fresh from the drawing board, ready to make their first runs. Others are proven performers, seeking another top eliminator crown. Mechanically, you try to pick up where you left off at home. Stock cars enter their private gate and head for their pits. When you feel you're ready to hit the strip, you line up again. This particular line winds up at the staging area, where hard-working officials sort and shuffle the cars into proper lanes. When staging control calls for your special class, you want to be there. There are 1,249 other guys and gals just as anxious to test the traction of Raceway's new blacktop. And this is the moment supreme. $1,816 timed runs will be made today. Shopping center, they're still coming in, and will be for 3 days. The tech inspectors continue their search for safety and strict adherence to the rule book. Drag racing is a form of automotive togetherness, a fun activity shared by the whole family. It's a team effort where each individual role contributes to the victory, the excitement, or the bitter disappointment of the day. The inspection area itself is an adventure in mechanical design, ingenuity, and workmanship. And there are other attractions to watch. Winning cars are carefully weighed twice, during classification and after the winning race. And they'd better weigh the same. Before he arrived at Indianapolis, Don Garlitz and his famous Dodge-powered Winds Jammer have thrown the challenge to the Fueler field. Earlier in the month, Don cracked the 200-mile barrier, the 4-minute mile of drag racing. His history-making run was clocked at 201.34 miles per hour, and the elapsed time was 7.78 seconds. But before any new speed records can be set, time seems to stand still for those not yet officially qualified as contestants. them up. Head for the next line. Push and push some more. For a sport that's appraised in horsepower, there's sure a lot of back and foot power involved. While both the stock and hot car pits are beehives of activity, those ready to run are heading for the strip. The tower at the starting line is the control center. A network of electronic equipment is used to ensure infallible accuracy in timing a drag race. As the cars move toward the starting line, the equipment is reset, ready to time the next run. With cars properly positioned, the anticipation starter, the Christmas tree, comes on. On the green go signal, they start, breaking the starting line electric I-beams, which start the time clocks. 1,320 feet later, the cars break the finish line electric I-beams, stopping the time clocks. The elapsed time between the two light beams is measured to within 1/10,000th of a second. Lane lights quickly show the spectators the winning lane. On Friday, Connie Kalita blisters the strip with a sensational run of 200 miles per hour, the first double-century performance in the 10-year history of the Nationals. Kalita has provided proof positive that only record-shattering efforts will get the job done this year. Meanwhile, the constant tuning and last-minute adjustments continue. If you run out of daylight, it's back to the motel for night work. This crew pulled an engine and installed a new one to get ready for tomorrow's class runoffs. When you've come this far, you don't let a sick engine keep you off the strip. Dave Strickler gets set for the A Factory Experimental Class event. This class features those entries with limited production and special performance options. Strickler slams through the gears. And the Dodge takes the AFX crown. Wally Parks, NHRA president, asks Big Daddy Garlitz about the combination he'll use in his quest for his first top eliminator title.
Now, Don, to say hello and congratulations and all those good things that are due to you for what you've been accomplishing. Wonder if you'd give us a little bit of a rundown here on some of the things that you think have contributed most to the new sensational performance that you've been getting out of this little machine here just in the last few months.
Well, Wally, it's a pleasure being here, as it is the last couple of years. We've been taking in the national drags up here at Indianapolis. It's a really big show, and it's the greatest spectacle in drag racing, no doubt. And about 2 months ago, we got an idea on these cars and the tires and everything that maybe the drag racing had kind of stalemated and everything got in a rut. So we made a lot of radical changes, and it just seemed to be in the right direction. It's a tire, blower, compression ratio, fuel combination that has contributed to these phenomenal 200-mile-an-hour times.
Almost 50,000 drag racing fans jam Indianapolis Raceway Park to witness the action-packed trophy runs. Sam Perriott, age 62, takes the AA Modified Sports Car title with a 10.41 ET, top speed 147.54. Maynard Rupp and the Logie Stamping Streamliner number 18 and Bernie Regals meet for the A-Fuel Dragster Trophy. But Rupp starts too soon and fouls. The A and B Speed Shop rail is the winner. Here's the 1964 rematch of last year's top race between Ohio's George Montgomery in the light blue supercharged A Gasser and California's Stone, Woods and Cook. Montgomery takes it again this year. The Hill and Zartman C Gasser in lane number 1 battles Larry Teeter's beautiful maroon car in lane number 2. Teeter wins the close race. In lane number 1, it's the orange pickup of Eugene Chumbella, Culver City, California, against Jack Merkel from Ridgewood, New York, for the B Supercharged Gas Honors. Merkel quickly leaves his challenger behind, and 10.54 seconds later, wraps up the class title. In the C Dragster competition, number 139 went across the line, stopped. John Lundberg, the voice of the drag strip, describes the action.
Fantastic operation. The crowd is really behind this guy. Pushing his car all the way down the quarter mile by hand. And believe me, that 1,400 to 1,500 pounds of that car is going to be awfully heavy by the time he gets to the end of the quarter mile. He's moving towards the finish line now, and in just a second the wind light should go on saying he's completed the quarter mile. Elapsed time 218 seconds.
Bud Fauble has 2 new Dodges ready for the Superstock automatic runoff. Dick Landy gets set to roll his Hemi head Dodge. The lawyer, Al Ekstrand, will pilot a new Plymouth. And the crowd eagerly awaits their favorites, the big stockers to hit the strip. 8 Dodges, 7 Plymouths, and 1 Ford make up the first round. Fauble in lane number 1 battles another Dodge, Frank Perry's Guzzler. And Fauble wins at 11.73, 125.34 miles per hour. Paul Russo in the red Plymouth eliminates Arlen Banky in lane number 1. As Color Me Gone and the Lawman come to the line. Linda Moog falls, and Al Ekstrand strokes it to move to the next round. Dick Landy's California Dodge beats Bill Hannion's Plymouth. Forrest Pitcock's Golden Commando makes the next round an all Mopar show as he shuts off the Bob Showcross Ford. Charlie Smith and his injected Altered are pushed to the line for the trophy run. Charlie slams the door on the good neighbor policy as he beats Bill Kidd from London, Ontario, Canada. Chuck Seabrook in lane number 1 fouls, and Kay Sissel of Rosemead, California in lane number 2 becomes the D Altered King. For top AA street roadster honors, it's the Ventura Motor Olds powered machine against the Yellow Jack 2 from New Jersey in lane number 2. Dick Gazen wins in lane number 1 for the Ventura crew. Jack Chrisman drives the crowd-pleasing Saxon Sun-blown Mercury Comet running in B-Fuel dragster class. As the shifty doctor Jack Watson catches the action. The Superstock Automatics return for the semifinals and the trophy run. It's Plymouth against Plymouth as Dan Smoker's Big Red loses to the Golden Commando from Detroit. The Candy Stripe Ram Chargers Dodge, driven by Jim Thornton, takes on Paul Russo's Plymouth. Thornton wins it with a top speed of 128.93 miles per hour and an 11.26 ET.